Hello and welcome back to Tottenham Logic TV. Tottenham slap up Aston Villa 4-1 today in a game that people will say is the battle for the top four. Before this game, a lot of people were saying how great Aston Villa are, how elite Unai Emery is compared to Postecoglou. And don't get me wrong, Unai Emery is an elite manager, but this just shows again how good a manager this Postecoglou is. Remember, Aston Villa rested nearly, I think, 10 players midweek to play against us at the weekend, but we still looked like we had more energy. And first half was, I think, was a battle. I think it was even first half. I think that Villa, I suppose, scored against a run of play from a set piece. The second set piece we've let in this season. It's not a crisis. It's only the second goal we've let in at set pieces. And Spurs went in 1-0 down at half time. I got the old Emery's an elite manager, no Postecoglou, or he has got no clue, doesn't know what he's doing, he's out of his depth, all this at half time, got all this. And in the second half, Tottenham absolutely blitzed them. It was like watching a rerun of the West Ham game. Let West Ham go 1-0 up and then absolutely batter them in the second half. So the first goal was Sonny's. Well, Sonny to started off the second half. Let's speak a little bit about Sonny, because in the second half, Sonny was running them riot. He was skinning players, running around, and then he done this brilliant cross, which Solanke or Johnson could have got the end on it. And it was Johnson again with his 7th goal of the season. So again, people criticising Johnson. He scored 7 goals this season, which is not a bad return. Got the equaliser for Spurs, and then we were on the ascendancy. Aston Villa tried to slow things down by laying on the floor every 5 minutes. Spurs got a couple of injuries. Romero had to come off. Richarlison came on for and then Richarlison. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Too excited. Richarlison came on for Sonny, and at the time it was 1-1, and I was thinking I wanted us to go on and win the game. I was like, Sonny was just becoming a massive influence in the game. He was, he was a thorn in Aston Villa's in Aston Villa's defense. He was running a riot for at least 10 minutes when he in the second half. And when he took him off, I was shocked, and I think Sonny was really shocked as well. Turns out it was a good substitution and was saved Sonny from getting injured again. I think that was always Ange Postecoglou's plan, to be honest. I don't think he cared how the game was going. He was always going to rest Sonny. It's the only thing I could think of, because Sonny was playing really, really well. He got an assist as well. But Richarlison comes on, and Richarlison gets himself an assist as well. So it turns out to be a very, very good sub. The second goal was a brilliant through ball from Kulusevski. Another assist. That's 3 assists just this week. Pinpoint pass through to Solanke, and he did an exquisite chip over the goalkeeper. It was a brilliant goal for a player that's not scored that many goals this season. So the pressure is probably on him, especially with the 65 million price tag on him. Managed to just clip it over the goalie like he does it every week. It was brilliant goal, brilliant. And then not long after that, Richarlison gets on the wing, crosses it with his left foot and gets injured at the same time. Of course he did. And Solanke was there, a number 9's poaching goal to tap it in. 3-1 up in the space of clicking your fingers. Spurs were dominating this game. So, and then towards the end, there was a free kick, and James Maddison came on off the bench and blasted it into the top corner. Brilliant free kick. Really happy for him, because he hasn't scored a free kick for a long time now. So brilliant performance in that second half. The energy levels were high in the first half. I heard a few people saying after the game that Spurs weren't that good in the first half. I thought they were. They just weren't. They weren't creating clear-cut chances. And that's been the story of our season. Like, we can dominate a lot of games, but not create clear-cut chances. That was corrected in the second half. So let me just go into individual players, and then I'll talk a little bit about Ange Postecoglou. So one of my man of the match was Solanke, right? He was right from last season. when the ball was going up to like a Sonny or a Charlison, it was coming straight back at us, and it was putting us under a lot of pressure. We needed that guy that can stand up front, chase everything, hold things up, win headers. He's the perfect number 9 for this system. He never stops running. He puts so much effort in. He's winning the ball back, holding the ball up, and he's also now starting to put goals in. His price tag now, and people saying he wasn't a good signing. I wasn't like the biggest praiser of Solanke when he first came, but you can now see that Ange does know what he's talking about and what kind of players he wants, because Solanke's made a massive difference this season in that number 9 role for us. So big up to him. And he was my man of the match today. Relentless, especially because on Wednesday, the amount of running he did, he fell to his knees at the end of the game because he couldn't give no more. And the fact that he gave that again a few days later against a Villa, another really good side, and he's done it for 2 games running. What a performance from Solanke. I didn't even think he would last the 90 minutes today, but obviously he did. Another player I want to mention is Papa Sarr. He seems to be getting better and better every single week. His non-stop run in the midfield is not only now that he's got a lot of energy. Before, it was just Papa Sarr's got the legs. He can run around. He can put a tackle in. But now he's got a different element to a game. He's progressing the ball well now. He's good on the ball. He's good at retaining the ball. He's also a goal threat now. He's also like he can score or assist. He's starting to have an all-round midfielder's performance now. So Sarr is getting better every week, which again is praise to Ange Postecoglou for improving yet another player. And Papa Sarr was brilliant today, absolutely brilliant. And you got to think, right? The Aston Villa midfield is a very tough, strong midfield that they've got. McGinn, Tielemans, Ramsey, all these sorts of players in their midfield, Carlos. And Tottenham really battled really, really well today, really battled hard. They had to battle hard in the first half. To come back from 1-0 down against Aston Villa, a team that are top of the Champions League group at the moment, a team that haven't lost in the last 7 games, and to dismantle them in that fashion just shows you, how far Spurs are coming now. I think last season when we beat them 4-0, everyone said, well, Aston Villa were tired from the Champions League, from the European competition, etc., etc. Aston Villa rested 10 players on Wednesday and had their whole team fresh. We didn't have a fresh team. The only bad thing I can say about today is injuries. Richarlison only played for about 15 minutes and got injured yet again. That guy cannot stay fit. Romero went off because I think he's injured his foot somehow, so he might be out for a couple of weeks now. So it's not all great, especially because Van der Ven's already out. But the second half of the Man City game, we had Dragushin and Davis, didn't concede. The last half an hour of this game, maybe 40 minutes because of the 10 minutes extra, we had Dragushin and Davis, and we didn't concede. So, in fact, we scored more goals when Romero went off. And we had Archie Gray towards the end as well, playing at left back instead of Udogie. So, we've got a makeshift defence, but anybody that comes on that pitch just seems to play exactly the same as the person that just come off. So, Maddison comes on, plays really well. Richarlison came on, played it well when he was on. Basuma came on and started bossing midfield straight away. Our squad depth is actually stronger than most people think. It was a brilliant win today. I'm really, really happy. Smashed Villa. We're only 2 points away from Villa in the league now, 2 points away from Arsenal. We've got the second best goal difference in the league now. We're one of the highest goal scorers in the league. Our defense is not too bad, concede goals wise. So all round, a very, very good day and a very, very good week. What a difference 7 days makes. After that Crystal Palace doom and gloom, go to beat Man City in the cup and then smash Aston Villa. What a week that is. Anybody that's Ange out still, you need to get your head examined. What manager's going to come in and do better than what we're doing? We're playing some fantastic football, beating some good teams now. I don't know what the new narrative is about Spurs, but at the moment, I think they'll all just be a bit quiet at the moment. All you negative Nancy's, you can be quiet for another week at least. Let me know in the comments what you think about today's performance. Who was your man of the match? Was you worried at halftime? I was a little bit worried, but we seem to do better when we go 1-0 down. Let me know in the comments all your thoughts on today's game, and come on, you Spurs.